How many steps does it take to make a travel vlog? Well, after making about 100 of these things, I've determined that there are about 12 steps involved. I can't say I took all 12 perfect steps every single time, but I definitely try to now, and you should too. Hi friends, welcome back to AMaeTV, where I publish travel videos and provide video production instructions so you can level up your travel vlogging skills. I'm Alicia, and here are my 12 steps to creating a travel vlog. Pre-production, planning and educating yourself. Part of this is what you would probably do before any trip. You'd probably do some research on the city, plan some fun things you want to do and some places you want to go. You might buy tickets for something or book a tour in advance. You might read up on the city so you've got some handy facts available to share in your vlog, or you might do absolutely none of this and just wing it as you go. And that's absolutely fine too. But I do warn you, whatever you don't do in the pre-production phase, you will make up for in post. Preparing gear. So you've got a plan and you're ready to go vlog. No, you're not. You've got to get together all of your gear the night before in advance, assess everything and charge everything. Charge everything twice. You'll also want to clear out and test your SD cards so you don't have any issues in the field, as well as pack extra SD cards along with batteries, battery packs, all the correct cables, gimbals, hand grips, A-roll cameras, B-roll cameras, international voltage adapters, and more. Actually, the hardest part about this exercise is deciding exactly what you need and what you can get away with leaving behind, because you don't want to lug around too much stuff. There's lots of other videos on this channel about travel video production gear if you'd like to check some of them out and get some ideas. So here you are, filming your day. Whether it's vlog style and you're just kind of documenting everything that happens as it happens, or it's a full-on pre-produced sort of discovery of a destination, here is where you put those cameras to work and gather your footage. You're going to want to mix your on-camera discussions with shots of what you're talking about or doing. So now we're gonna check out Chinatown in Singapore. There's so much cool stuff here. Of course, you can also mix in all sorts of creative shots with different B-roll cameras and lenses and drones, or you can go for that cinematic look that everyone's talking about. By the way, I created a great PDF document called My Top Travel Vlogging Tips, and it's completely free to download via the link in the description below. Now, these tips are quite different from the steps you'll find in this video, so I highly encourage you to grab it if you really want to level up your travel vlogging game. So you're home now, and you've got all your gear scattered about cooling down from the day. It's time to pop out those SD cards and transfer the files onto an external hard drive so you've got all of your footage all in one place, and then back it up like 3 times. This process can be annoying and a little frustrating at first, but trust me, getting a good system together and creating a ritual out of doing this at the end of every travel excursion will definitely pay off. You'll always know exactly where your footage is. You won't have to go hunt for different things on different SD cards, and you can be confident that everything you have is backed up. This is my absolute favorite part of the process, besides the actual production part. It's when you go into the editing suite, create a new timeline, import your footage, and start watching those clips for the first time. So during this rough cut, you would pick out your potentially usable clips and assemble them into the timeline. It's so fun because it's the first time that you actually get to watch your footage and relive the experience. There are so many rough cuts I've done just in tears from reliving the experience. This is also a great time to get all of the clips super clean before you really start working with them. I usually like to kill the audio on the B-roll and add these little fade outs on clips that I know need the ambient noise faded out after I'm done talking. It just cleans everything up and gets it ready to go. Creating a storyline, or just adding supporting elements to the storyline you have. Now, this step can be fairly easy, especially if you are following like the linear timeline of your day and you were really focused in the field on telling the story well. But if you're creating something more abstract, or you're just compiling a bunch of footage and trying to pull a story from it, then you're going to have some extra work to do. Or if you're like me, especially in the beginning, and kind of leave out a lot of details that you realize later would have been extremely helpful to the story, that's what supporting elements are for. So things like voiceovers, extra titles. You can even just throw titles in to correct the things that you're saying. I certainly did that a lot. Where is Mount Vesuvius? I live my everyday life in Naples, like gazing at Mount Vesuvius, and here we are, and I can't even find it. I will say that I relied heavily on these supporting elements when I first started travel vlogging, because I was simply not in the habit of sharing every single detail as I was traveling and as I was filming. There's a lot going on, so for you to be that well prepared that you've got every detail in your head and you're willing to share it while you're filming and traveling is a lot to deal with. So I think baby steps moving into it, and then use those supporting elements on the back end to create a complete vlog, but no pressure to do it all at once the very first time. You'll work into it. By the way, I know I'm just briefly touching on each of these steps, and I would absolutely love to share more information with you about them. So leave me a comment below just like this and tell me which of these steps you would like to learn more about so I can make some dedicated videos on them. Ah, the music. It's really what brings everything together, and it's such a fun part about creating a travel vlog. So you can select a piece of music in advance, or you can kind of put the thing together and then go and listen to songs and figure out what works best. You're going to want a royalty-free piece of music if you're going to publish here on YouTube. So you can get that from YouTube's library, or if you don't want to end up using the same music that a lot of other YouTubers use, you can definitely join a site that is a royalty-free music site. One that I love is called Artlist. I've used it for many years. They've got so many songs in there. I'll definitely put a link to it in the video description below, so you can check it out. But if you do, searches over the internet, there's lots of places that you can get great music. Oh, and sound effects. Sound effects are another great way to add ambiance and feeling to your vlog. Okay. Here is the fun part, or one of the many fun parts, depending on what you're into. It is picking out and editing those super creative, high energy, cut to music, cinematic sequences. Anything that's kind of outside of the basic storyline and like main talking parts of your video. This is really your time to shine as a creative artist. These parts are usually synced up heavily to the music, so this step and the step before it can kind of be done interchangeably or together, or however works best for you. This is unfortunately something a lot of YouTubers don't do that they definitely should. In the distant past, I didn't do it, but I quickly learned the value of doing it. So you want to just carefully go through your whole video with just the audio in mind and make sure you're not smashing the reds on any of the audio levels, and just make sure everything is balanced. Generally, your problems are going to happen when your background music is too high and then your talking parts are too low, or even if the background music and the talking is the same, you want it to be more like that so you can hear yourself talking. Or if you're shooting with different cameras, different B-roll cameras sometimes are gonna have louder audio than like your main camera, so you just wanna balance everything out. A great way to do it is at the very end, close your eyes, don't even watch the video, just listen to it, and it'll stand out to you. If any parts, like you could barely hear yourself, then other parts you're screaming. You definitely want to get that straight before you publish. Listen on headphones. That's a good tip. Color grading. That's what we've all been waiting for, if you're a color nerd like me. So first, what you're going to want to do is generally just fix things that aren't that great. So raise the exposure if you need to, give it a little more contrast, deepen the blacks, give it a little bit more saturation just for that nice clean pop. And then to make it interesting, you can continue to work with the colors on your own if you know how to, or you can apply a carefully crafted LUT. Now this is basically a professionally created preset or filter for video, and they can make your videos look awesome. Now I've carefully crafted plenty of LUTs that I've been using on my travel vlogs over the years. Here's an example of how I would use one on basic travel vlog footage to make everything just kind of pop and look much more beautiful. And I have recently launched my LUTs pack for public consumption, so if you would like to use my LUTs on your travel videos, I will put a link in the video description below and on the blog so you can check them out. If you do use them and make them a part of your workflow, I would love to see the videos that you create using my LUTs. So definitely leave me a comment and let me know about it. Fine-tuning. Fine-tuning is a whole mess of activities, including tweaking your B-roll sequences to make sure they are positioned just perfectly. It's editing the jump cuts that are so helpful in speeding up dialogue, especially if you like that quick, snappy style that will definitely keep your viewers engaged. It's applying transitions and effects like image stabilization if you've got some shaky clips, and if they are a candidate for image stabilization, because not all of them are, you can get in some trouble here. I made fine-tuning into just one step for the sake of this video, but you can definitely spend hours on it. In fact, step 11 is where perfectionists go to die. I have died in step 11 many late nights editing travel vlogs. It's definitely not necessary to make everything perfect, but some of us have the tendency to do that. So spend as much or as little time in step 11 as you think you need, but definitely do pay attention to some fine-tuning. Add branding. This one is actually pretty easy, provided you've got your channel branding all created and ready to go. So I've got my logo in white on a PNG file that is actually already fitted to the size of a screen. So I just pop that in, and then that is already right there. I've got my little Instagram thing that says AMaeTV, but what it really says is, hey guys, follow me on Instagram, because I do put some effort into that platform. And it would be cool if we could connect over there too. I've got like a little bit of an intro and no longer an outro. I used to do the whole like annotation screen. Let me know if you guys remember that, but we don't have to do that anymore. Thank goodness, thank you YouTube. Yeah, and then just like any other thing that's always going to be in every single video. Titles, things like that. And you can definitely put these in at any time, but I think it's great to pop them in at the end, because then you know those files won't get mixed up with any of the other things that are going on in your timeline. So that's it, friends. I would love to hear which of these steps is your absolute favorite to do in the travel vlog making process, and which of these steps you would like to learn more about, because I would love to help you learn some more about any of these things that you're struggling with. You may also want to check out the other new video I made titled 5 Mistakes New Travel Vloggers Make and How to Avoid Them, because I don't want you to make those mistakes. If you enjoy these types of videos and you're not yet subscribed to AMaeTV, please do so. That way you won't miss any of the travel vlogs I'm creating, which always talk about travel video production within them, or the actual travel video production instruction videos that I create here on the channel. I'm Alicia, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!